Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today we're going to review some projects that have come into the shop. Thank goodness that we have the fall run season over and I get a little bit of breathing room for the holidays. But I do have a group of reels that I did want to show you that I will be working on and preview a couple of those that are going to come up for videos. Kind of an interesting little mix today. Some modern, some not so modern, some repair, some what were they thinking kind of reels and the like. So let's get started. The first one I've got is a Penn GTI 320 that's missing the level wind feature. Now I had to order the parts. I got the pieces and parts from mysticparts.com. They're a very reliable Penn parts supplier. And when I was looking at this, when the customer brought it in, he said, yeah, the level wind feature failed. They just removed the line guide and the like, and just wanted to fish it as a conventional reel. Well, now he wants the line guide back. Well, one of the good things is they didn't remove the entire piece, so the worm gear is still traveling, but we need to reinstall the line guide, the pawl cap, and the bar that it rides across on the top. And all of those parts were available. And just a word of caution, if you decide to go do this, those parts that you're taking off, please save them. I don't know what failed with this reel initially, but the parts cost about $15 for the replacement parts. Certainly an expense you can avoid if you find that you're going to make that modification and think at any point in time that you may want to go back and reinstall those. So we're going to reinstall them for that fella, and life will be pretty good. Here's one that came in at the end of the season. This is a Naboo Ambassador. This one is the 6000C black side plate case made in Sweden. Just very tight. Just my guess is it probably hasn't been serviced in a while. It certainly has been out fishing. They made a change over to the braid some time ago, and you can tell that because the braid is faded. So it's been in use. And I told the fellow, sure, we'll go ahead and kind of get this one going again. You can see it's been used heavily. The chrome is off the line guide here, or the crossbar rather. But other than that, it seems to be working okay, other than a bit sluggish. I will certainly do my best to get that one out there and get that one fishing again. Here's one that I've been asked to look at to see if it even makes sense to go do a repair on. This is a Diola. It's the D-Wave, so this is not a very expensive reel to begin with. I want to say it's less than 30, it might even be less than 20. It's not a very expensive reel. It got beached and got sanded. You can hear it inside. Well, you can hear it inside when it goes. It's tough to even make go. I'm sure that there's just a pile of sand in there, and if I can free this one up, this bail isn't functioning either. I think that there's probably sand inside here. If I can free it up and get it back to the individual without needing any parts, then it's probably worth it. But if any parts are needed to throw at the reel, well, unfortunately that day of this reel may be gone. So we'll have to see what we do there. Same fella brought me another one, and this one's an oldie. This is a Penn Power Graph. It's the 250 Graph GR graphite. It's one of the few rear drag reels that Penn made. And I said Power Graph, it's not. It's a 250 graphite. The Power Graph is kind of the same era, but was not the rear drag reel. This one's got an annoying click in it. We don't know what that is. It's obvious that this is a lower end reel. All of the screws that are in this reel were steel, not stainless steel. They're rusted. There's a heavy coat of dust on there which says that this thing has been in storage for a while. You can see the corrosion on the adjuster cap. Just tells you that, and a loss here, that this was not one of those reels that Penn was known for in terms of a quality perspective. And interestingly enough, Penn was owned by Master for a while, Master Reel. And you can see all the same issues with Master. You can see that the terrible corrosion all about there. This one just is having its trouble. This one doesn't have an anti-reverse, but You can almost see the similarities in the bodies and in the design, and it wouldn't surprise me if that was made during the tenure when Penn was owned by Master. At any rate, I told the fellow, you know, if we can get it going, fine. If not, it's probably not worth doing. We'll try and figure out what that click, click, click is that's going on in there, and we'll deal with that accordingly. Well, he gave me a trifecta. The last one is certainly going to be worth doing. This one is a Diola 7000C. Even though it's got some of the same conditions, paint loss and the like, it's not nearly as heavily corroded. I'll let the world know that a fish is on, right, with the click, click, click. Now, I just did a Diola SS2000 where you can override the click. You cannot do it on the Diola 7000. This was the predecessor to the SS series. That one didn't last very long. The SS series, they went to the black golds after that. But this one's a nice reel, and I'm sure that we're going to be able to do this one and get that one running again. Well, Diolas seem to be the theme this week. I just had another reel come in. This is the Diwa Capricorn 3500 XTC. Made in China. This is the first time I've actually seen made in China stamped on the reel seat. Most of the time it's those little stickers that get peeled off right away. This one is actually stamped in there. This one is very similar to another reel that I had in. I'm not sure if I previewed it for you or not. It was another Diola, and this one's just noisy. It's got a gear grind to it, and you would think for a reel this age that it just shouldn't be happening. Also, I don't know why the handle pin is falling out of this one, but it's falling out of that. That's a roll pin. That shouldn't be coming out. At any rate, the last one that I took apart like this, it was gear, the gears were just worn down. It may be that I find a very similar thing here, and it may just be fish it until you can't fish it any longer. But we'll do our best. We'll take it apart. We'll do a diagnostic video on this one to see if it can be saved, what the cause for the wear was. And we'll also, if you happen to have one of these, we'll show you how to take it apart, service it, and get it running again. So then back to the classics now. This one came in from Will. Will sent me a pen reel with a broken case. I think this is the 710Z. Got a broken case, and he had asked me, can I go about replacing the case? So I believe there's a replacement case in here, which means it's a complete transfer over. Yep, here we go. We have a replacement case here. We're going to do a complete rebuild of this and get this one back to go fishing again. Not sure what happened here, but something, I don't remember if this screw broke off or if it hit something or what it might be, but we'll get that one working for Will again, and I have no doubt that will be successful there. And then the last two I'm also waiting on some parts for. They just came in, so I have the we did the video on this one, the Trinidad. It's the 14, and it's just needs drags, and it's very noisy, and the fellow had asked me, can I go about getting the replacements for that, which I did. I went to Smooth Drag. Smooth Drag is out in Oak Hills, California. Great place to get the Carbon Tex drag washers, and they do sell bearings there as well. And if you're interested in getting those replaced, that's a good place to go. And also the Saltist. He gave me a Diola Saltist, and this one is the 30H. Seems to be a theme with the Diolas today. Everything's noisy. These have bad bearings. So the Trinidad has a bad bearing in the side plate here. It was rusted onto the spool. And the Diola here is also noisy. Both come from the same owner, so there's an indication there that the reels typically weren't hosed down after the fishing day. They weren't that well taken care of, and as a result, the salt water got into those bearings, which were steel bearings, and kind of rotted them up. So that's it. That's the reels I'll be working on. You can look forward to some of those as videos. We'll certainly get to that Diwa Capricorn, probably the pen graphite reel, and try and show you how to replace the bearings on the Saltist and on the Trinidad. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. And if you subscribe, hit the notification button. That will show you all of the videos that I post. And those videos will be educational and informative, I'm sure. So thank you for watching the previews. Everybody, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. And a special shout out to our first responders and essential personnel who are working hard to keep us safe during the pandemic. Thank you for everything that it is that you do. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.